Hi. You've seen the first two movies. This movie is just between you and me. This movie is something that I would like you to just sit back and relax, okay? I'm going to show you my YouTube channel, and I'm going to show you how to access all of my tutorials and others, but all of my tutorials on YouTube. Maybe you might want to subscribe to my YouTube page because the tutorials are growing and growing. But this is the first part of your journey in MACA, really creating portfolio quality artwork. And I would like to show you the end part of the journey for some of the students who sat right where you are, right at the beginning. So what I would like to do is to have you just enjoy this. Okay, so I'm gonna probably cancel FaceTime here or just minimize it. And I'm going to show you, of course, this is the syllabus which we went through in movie 1. This is Canvas, which we went through in movie 2. And I just wanted to also show you that if you were to just go up here and type in Brian Sauriol YouTube, you're going to get my YouTube channel. And my YouTube channel is right there. And you can see that I have Adobe Illustrator playlists. I have 60 videos that are in that one. I have my general info and promotion, which you know, go in there and see several of those movies. In my advanced Photoshop one, I have 56 movies so far, soon to be a lot more. And in my After Effects, I have 33 videos on there right now. And then you can see anything you want. Okay, so please, somewhere here, there's a subscribe button, and it would be great because as that grows, then I get more and more feedback from people on what they want to see and what I can do. So all the movies here, if I go into the intro to Photoshop 1, wherever I put it, After Effects. Oh, right there. There's I have portfolio development there. I have this one over here is probably right there is going to be Aquilin and the Circle of Stones. And then there's a whole bunch more. That should actually be in the advanced Photoshop one. Okay, I need to find my intro one, which should be here. Why am I not seeing my intro one? After Effects. And why am I being blind here? Okay. Adobe Illustrator, Promotion, Advanced Photoshop, After Effects. Oh, I don't know if it was there a minute ago, but I'm being silly. Here's my Intro to Photoshop playlist. So, all of the movies that you have via here, let me minimize this. All of the movies that you have, via here on Canvas, and all of these links, if you would prefer, like the web page assets 1, 2, 3, and 4, if you would prefer to just go to my right directly to YouTube, you could easily scroll down. I don't know where they are. Web page buttons. Web page buttons is not web page assets. We did that. We've reorganized. I just don't get rid of. I don't get rid of them on purpose. There are things that were valuable in the first way we did the web page assignment. But let me go down and see the web page assets 1, 2, 3, and 4 movie, and there they are. And then I have the syllabus review, but that was for winter, so of 2017. So yours will be on here too, because that's how I just keep everything on there. So it's up to you to go through all of this. But when you're finished with this class, definitely go back to here if you want to and go through my Illustrator ones. They're free. Okay, now there's something else I want to show you. If you want to access this in a different way, all you have to do is go to my SauriolIllustrations.com portfolio site. And in my portfolio site, you can see, of course, my portfolio. You could go to my the book series that I have if you want to, but why you're here is to go to the training tutorials. And if you go to the Photoshop tutorials, you can see here I have so many different tutorial access on advanced Photoshop material. Okay, and the neat part about it is if you wanted to go into Illustrator, there are files here that when I click on the first guide for Illustrator, this zip is the download. So that'll download the file right to you, and then you can just simply click on like shape 1 and the YouTube movie will come up, as you can see. Let me just...
Before we begin, I want you to see a common error that students make. I'm going to take this shape.
That's just, all my movies are there. Right there. All my YouTube movies are on my own personal Sauriol illustrations with an S.com. And I should have that available. It should have been in your syllabus somewhere. I know it was, but maybe you could just write that down. But here are the Photoshop ones, and here if you want to get into After Effects, you know, since you guys have Adobe CC 2017, you have After Effects. If you want to learn After Effects before you actually go into the class and feel good about going into the class, all you have to do is go, for instance, go to the laser one. The laser one will show you a little pic of it. It'll show you the 4 movies, and there is the download for the After Effects zip, which will have all the files that you need in it, okay? So that's pretty cool. And now what I would like to do is to talk about... I'm not going to get rid of that. I'm just going to go to this. I'm just going to put it down here for a sec. I want to talk about, and while I'm doing it, I'm going to bring up student portfolios, and I'm going to bring up reels, and I'm going to bring up the fact that even though this class, here, I'll just put this over here. Even though this class has projects, let me put it up a little higher so I can get to the bottom. Okay. Even though this class has projects, as you can see, of course we have projects. Projects are important because they teach you technique and method. Some of the projects are super important because they give you portfolio pieces, okay, which is really a cool thing. As you can see in here, again, if I just click this and go down the whole list, they give you portfolio pieces. So these projects here are important and they build portfolio pieces, but the last thing you want in your portfolio is something that everybody else has in theirs, which might be assignment 4 from an InDesign class. So what you want to do is to build your own content. And that's where I come in after the semester is over. So I actually teach the advanced, the portfolio development class. So what I want you to do is don't be afraid to do an assignment over again. If you need to take and do an assignment over again and you got, you know, I don't care about A's and B's and C's. They don't matter. What matters is what you're about to see. So I'm going to go through a bunch of student material. So what I would like to do first is just to show you a couple really cool things. This is Jennifer Engelman's, I'm going to try to get it as much on screen as I can. This is Jennifer Engelman's resume. She left us about 4 years ago. She went to work in the Quicken Loans Media Group, which owns 40 to 45 companies. She interned and was supposed to intern for a whole summer, but they hired her after about 3 to 4 weeks. This is her portfolio, so let me just view this by single page. And then I'm just going to go forward with it. So here is her portfolio. It's a hard copy portfolio showing InDesign. As you can see, there's InDesign and Photoshop there. There is, again, I'm just going to keep on going through it because I'm going to show you a lot of material and talk over this. So this is her hard copy portfolio. She's a designer / illustrator. Okay, so she can do so many different kinds of things. So when she interviewed with them, she was interviewing with CCS people, with Kendall, with Michigan State, and she got the job. She got hired after 3 weeks, full time, starting at over $45,000 a year with full benefits. Not only because she could do that, I'm going to actually close this. Not only because she could do that, but this is also why they hired her, because we at MACA, I'm not going to cascade this to full screen, so I'm just going to play it, and then I'm going to turn it down while it's playing. So she can actually make Illustrator, which this is, go in motion. This is Maya, this is animation, because as you can see, when, and I'm stopping it, when, I want to remember where I have this, so let me just open this up for a sec. Okay, let me go to here, Okay, I'm going to open up the hard drive again, and I'm going to go to, I have so much stuff on this machine, as I said, but I know where it is. I want to go to the MACA course listings, and then I want to show you something. In the course listings, if you're going to go into design, okay, you have to take After Effects. Digital editing is After Effects. You should be taking digital video, but this one's not for design. So this digital video class teaches Avid and Premiere, and I will substitute a class within MACA if you want to take that and use it. Okay, but you're going to go through a whole bunch of stuff, even though you're a designer, that broadens your skill set. So let's go down to the design one. See how we want a designer to know 3D? See how we want a designer to know Flash, which, you know, this will probably be updated for the fall semester of 2017. So this 2720 may not be there. It may be another class. But we want you not to just take design classes, which those are. We want you to take the 3D class, interactive web media, and then of course my portfolio development class to actually build your portfolio. So let's go look at a portfolio. So the same is true, the same is true in interactive web media. We want them to know design. So we want designers to know interactive web media. We want interactive web media to know design. We want video production people to understand advanced digital video. We want them to understand principles of management. We want them to be good producers and directors, not just video people. In animation, we would like you to know figure. We would like you to know all of these things for animation. And then in collaborative media, it's a mix of everything. We recommend that you get more than one specialty. So I'm going to stop this right here. And then let's just go see another portfolio. So this is the difference between Lisa Jensen's tear sheet. A tear sheet is an 8.5 by 11. There's her logo, Lisa Jensen. This is a tear sheet, and I'll just go forward with it. It's an 8.5 by 11 shortened version of a portfolio. So you can see just how beautiful her tear sheet is. Now I've gone through this whole tear sheet. It's only 5 pages long. Okay, she got a full-time position right out of MACA, which is what your goal would be. Now this is her portfolio. So let me expand this to full screen and let me just go forward with it. Now let me show you the whole impact. This is an 11 by 14. Let me go to about 45% if I can. Okay, that's perfect. Now let me go forward with it. Look at this portfolio. It's an 11 by 14 display, and it's a beautiful, long 18-page version of her tear sheet. Now, your hard copy material isn't just your hard copy material. To back up that hard copy material, you are advised, and I'm going to open up the student industry reels page, which I will put on the 1320 upper in your class for Canvas. Let me see if it's still here. Up here in general information, I will put the student reels, and I did already. It's right there. So this thing that I have right here in front of you right there is this thing right here. It's the student industry reels. Go ahead, download it. Click on all these links. I mean, some of them aren't active anymore and some of them have changed, but let me show you a Behance, B-E-H-A-N-C-E, of Jillian Harris, who graduated 2 years ago and is already a creative director with a major company. Companies shop Behance. So you can see here is all of her. Here's her advanced Photoshop piece. So this is her painting in advanced Photoshop in my advanced Photoshop class. That is not a photograph. That is a piece of artwork. And you will be able to do the same thing. She's a designer. Look at the quality of her design. I mean, it is impeccable. Let me see if I can find the one that I'm searching for. It's probably all up in here. Oh, right here. I want you to see the Vera Wang ones. Let me see if she even has them on here anymore. Let me see. I won't take a lot of time to do this. She might have removed them. I'll show you this one. Here's the Prada ads that she did. I'll click back. So to this, she is a very, very articulated and professional designer. But Jillian, who got a job as a creative director, also doing illustration, as I said, can handle a lot of different mediums. This is her Adobe Illustrator piece, her gradient mesh piece. Okay, so Behance is something that, and I really don't have to go through this whole thing with you. Let me close this and go back to the Behance page. If I can click to it, right there. And let's go show Bethany Furman. Bethany was a student who left us a couple years ago too. She also has a wonderful portfolio and a tear sheet and an online presence. So this is an illustration she did. So here's her photography. And now she's going to show, actually this was her whole photography piece. If I remember correctly, she has much illustration here as well. So, oh, and she, this is part of her illustration. This is an Adobe Illustrator piece. And she actually placed in the 2015 Harper Charity Cruise. And she won scholarship. So this is more of her material. And you can see just how how incredible quality this is. This is an Adobe Illustrator piece. This is an amazing piece. It's a gradient mesh. Look at the gradient mesh aspect to this. But it is just a beautiful piece. Let's just look at her Captain America piece. And you can see that she's designed an ad around it. She even did a movie poster for it. Let's go back to here and go to another person's page. I want you to see a few reels, okay, which is real important to me because we also are adding to the MACA list of specialties a motion design one. And I'd like you to see a few reels. And while they're playing in the background, oh, you know what? I never finished this reel. Let me finish her Jennifer's reel. So this is why Jennifer was hired at Quicken Loans, because this designer knew animation. And that's what I want to talk to you about. How do you package yourself? I know it's early in the game, but this is when you should start thinking about it. And I would like to think about it with you. I'd like to go through that process with you. Let me close this one and go to the next one. Billy Chitlin is now working at a company called Minefield, which is downtown Detroit. And Billy left our program starting in middle 5 figures with full salary, full benefit package, and a 401k. Now, again, I don't want to cascade this to full screen just because, but here's Billy. Very, very creative. I'm going to turn it down just a bit. Just watch how it's composed. Watch how quickly it goes from scene to scene. I have to tell you, this is not video. This is Adobe Illustrator and Adobe Photoshop in motion. Now that's animation, and Billy added animation to his reel. This is a portfolio in motion. That's just layers coming out of Adobe Illustrator. That's just an animation page from Maya. That's an... Let me continue on because I'm going to play this one next. David Holm is now working at a company called Communicore. All of these companies I'm telling you, they're all of our partners. They hire MACA students. And they want these students to be multitasking and multimedia. So David Holm, look at the quality of his design. This young man's a designer. That's what he does. But look at what the designer can do, taking InDesign files and some motion video and putting... That's just Adobe Illustrator. That's Adobe Illustrator with layers coming out of Illustrator and into Adobe After Effects. Same thing. See that one right there? What I'd like to do is to show you how he took his creative skill. And I need to go back to that folder. I'm so sorry. I need to go back to that folder because I want to, as quick as I possibly can, go show you, and I should have put it in this folder, so shame on me, but let me go to David Holmes. Whoops. Can't believe I did that. Let me go to David Holmes, and I'm going to find it in here. It's very, very big. Let me see. Here is his portfolio. portfolio, and let me put that over here. Okay, and let me put his resume. So here's his resume. Whoops, that's actually the movie. Here is his resume. Make sure I'm opening up the right one. It's a beautiful resume. It's a beautiful design. But as you see this motion reel, here, I'll play it for a second. Let me go backwards to that little section. Please look at his portfolio. Now, as I show his portfolio and I show it in motion, look at how this young man who's an illustrator can not only do illustration in a print sense, they call it collateral print, but he can take stuff like this right here, which is his incredible creative multitasking and imagination, and he can put that into motion. I mean, David can actually do very down and traditionally conforming ads. That's no problem for him. And that'll be no problem for you either, honestly. Okay? But the way that the world works, and it's my job to show you the path from where you are to what the companies want. Okay? I'm glad you have me this semester for that case. Every MACA teacher is really super at what they do. And that's why as a team, we make a fantastic team. And the portfolio that's generated by you is really beautiful. Let's finish David's portfolio reel. So this is just design, but it's design in motion. I want to show you how to do this. It's not even that hard. The hard part is creating the artwork. The easy part is putting it in animation or in After Effects. So After Effects is just a timeline, and it's just showing things like this on a timeline. Watch when I stop this. If I go backwards, I want to go forwards to where that is. Now look, if I go backwards with my back key, or I go forward with my front key, look at how that's just shapes that move. Well, that's just layers. And when you add music to it, it really sells. Do you know how much something like this would go for in industry? Just this much right here? You're talking $2,000 just to animate this. Okay? And that's minimal. This could get up to about $2,500 to $3,000 just to have the ability to take that into layers, into Illustrator, into After Effects, and create whatever the company wants you to create. So let's finish this and I'll try to be quiet. So this is David's motion reel that got him into a company called Communicore. Why don't you go to, well, actually, you don't have to, because I have their site on that student reels thing. I should have it there. Let me stop this and show a couple more. So I'm going to go into one company here. It's called, it's really too cool. Go M2 Creative if you want to Google the company. The letter M, the number 2, and the word creative. And they hired many Macomb students for their motion design designers and illustrators. So here is a reel by Justin Lemon. Look at how beautiful that is. That's just Illustrator. That's Illustrator. That's another Illustrator file. That's Photoshop and Illustrator. That's Illustrator with After Effects. That's Illustrator and Photoshop and After Effects. Again, same thing. So now let's see what the second person who interviewed with their company in a second. Look at how cool this is. Look at how nicely it flows. I will help you build that, and that's the cool part. Let's go to Dominic's. Dominic is also a young man now that works at Communicore with David Holm. Look how neat this is. I'll turn it up just for a bit. Okay, when you're at Macomb in the labs, do you know how you can go to the student drive or the resources drive? There's another one that's available to you. It's called a multimedia. So go to that server, okay, and when you're in the labs, and go to the very top folder. It's called Portfolios and Reels. You can upload those reels, download whatever, copy those reels to your own computer and just look at them and just have some fun with them. Okay, here is another really cool one by Michael Campbell. Michael Campbell works at M2 Creative. I'll play this just in the background. Okay, it's just going to play. This is a fantastic reel. Michael's an illustrator animator. So he does traditional illustration, he can design, he can go into After Effects, he can do so many cool things. So it's not just, what is the portfolio package? It's not just one thing. It's a whole mixture of things that I want to talk to you about in the semesters to come, okay? So, I just wanted you to get geeked. This is the first step in your path. You're there now. You're actually in MACA 1320. It's learning Photoshop. So I'm going to stop this because I want you to be focused on something with me, okay? I'm going to even go back to the silly FaceTime because I want you to see me, even though that's scary. Okay, so let me go to FaceTime. Where did it go? Oh, it's down here. There it is. Hi. Okay. Don't be focused on projects. If I ask you to do a project over again, just do it. You'll get better at it. Let me ask you a question. If you did a project that took you 3 hours, it was the first time you ever did it, first time you ever tried to get from start to finish, and I threw it away, how long would the second one take you? Okay, but if I threw that one away, how long would the fifth one take you? I bet you your productivity, I'm not going to make you do 5 of each project. That's not the point. The point is, the more you do something, the better you get. Why do we have so many industry partners in MACA? Because you guys know your stuff. Because you guys can sit down on the very first day with a company and get a job. So that's the journey I want to be on with you this semester. Okay? That's the journey. And that's where I want your head. So have fun. Enjoy the process. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Mistakes sometimes lead to really cool things. And that's where I want your head. So maybe after this third movie, you can email me back a paragraph and just tell me what your thoughts are. Okay? Don't be afraid of this semester. If you can't get to a project before the semester is over, is that going to lower your grade? Remember I told you not to be focused on grades? If you show me effort and you show me dedication, I'll show you how you can get a good grade and continue after the semester is over to finish up any assignments and give them to me. That's the secret of being a good multimedia artist, and that's the secret of being a good graphics program. We build really good students because we give them the chance to make mistakes and use failure as a building block. Okay? I will see you in class, and I'll see you in the next movie. Okay?